zei, zijn we nog een beetje wakker vandaag? Ik ben hier terug, natuurlijk met een van de coolste stellen uit de hele wereld eigenlijk. Maar sowieso uit de televisie- en filmwereld. Dus ik switch hem even op naar Engels. We hebben maar 30 minuten, dus als je een vraag hebt voor de volgende 2 mensen, bedenk hem alvast en ga zo meteen bij de microfoon staan. Zijn hier Supernatural fans? Ik zei, zijn hier Supernatural fans? Nou oké, dan laat je horen voor Ruby en Sam. Hier zijn Jared Padalecki en Genevieve. They're here, Jared and Jen. So,
these are cozy, by the way.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Oh, you got the clump?
Yeah.
Like, house shoes, or what do they call the clump? House shoes?
They're like they're fuzzy clogs. We stayed at a hotel last night. We woke up. There was a wooden shoe in our toilet. It was clogged.
Bars. You got bars, bro. So, actually, I wanted to chop it up with them for 4 hours, but we only got 30 minutes. So we might as well move into the Q&A directly. If you have a question for either Jared or Genevieve, Ruby, Sam, we got, of course, Darren Walker as well, by the way, which I love. And I loved him as Clay Miller in Friday the 13th. And I mean, Ruby is amazing. Everything is great. So I could talk for hours, but I want to let you ask the questions. So let's go.
Hi.
Hi.
I'm a little nervous. Looking back, how do you think Sam and Ruby changed each other beyond what the script showed? And do you think either of them would have been the same if they never met?
That's a great question. I'm gonna start. I think Ruby helped Sam realize, for better or worse, that he was a little too trusting. Nothing against Jen, but Ruby was really able. Sam kind of playing him. Sam considered himself a pretty good judge of character. He was pretty trusting, and I am. Like, he would approach people with, we say, good faith. Like, he just would kind of take people at their word, and then he would try and figure out if they were lying or not. But Ruby really pulled one over on him. And so I think he moved forward a little more cautious when meeting demons.
Yeah, that's a great question. I mean, I think that Ruby definitely had an agenda, and I know that, you know, it can be looked upon as good or evil, but I think she was, in her mind, doing the right thing. And I think probably, I don't know if fell in love along the way was the right, but yeah, I think she found or felt like she had an ally. So maybe it softened her a little bit.
Thank you for your question.
Thank you.
Thanks. Next question, let's go.
Hi, I hope you're well.
Hi.
I like your outfit.
Thank you. So my question is mostly for Terry. You've been doing panels for a lot of years, and you've dropped the microphone very often. How often have you broken the microphone, and did you replace them yourself?
The microphone. How often do I drop the mic?
Are you a techie?
No.
Uh,
Very curious.
That's a good question. I know that 2 of the times they've stopped working and they've replaced them. I think they probably were able to change the wiring or something inside. I hope. I've never had to pay for it, but I've stopped dropping. Now I'll drop it on my foot.
No.
I'm not going to drop it, but I'll do this. I'll just make sure it hits my foot, but that also hurts my foot.
That's why you're wearing slippers.
That's why I'm wearing safety Uggs. Fur clogs. Fur clogs. That sounds dirty.
That sounds strange.
Yeah, so I haven't had to replace any yet. I haven't been told that they actually broke. I think maybe the battery got shifted a little bit or something. But yeah, but now I protect my microphones. Thank you for your question.
Thank you.
Very good. That was an interesting question.
Hi, Jen.
Hi.
I know you both are very professional actors, but can you share with us a moment or a scene that you find difficult to continue filming no matter if it's love too badly or cry too badly or other emotions?
Yeah, a scene that's difficult to continue filming. So everybody's different. Everybody was different on Supernatural, and there's kind of a best to worst of who was the most difficult to break. So on Supernatural, the actor or actress who was almost impossible to break was Jim Beaver, Bobby Singer, which I love on my heart. There was a scene where Bobby Singer is laying in a hospital bed, and he's laying like this, and so Jensen and I are standing near his feet, and when we were doing his close-up, so it's just like this, I pulled the sheets off of his feet and grabbed his toes and started squeezing them as hard as I could. He didn't break. And so I'm like, well, this sucks. So I started squeezing, trying to make him laugh or break or something. He didn't break. And then they called cut. He's like, you're a damn idiot. He said that as Jim to Jared, not as Bobby to Sam. Jensen was next. He was really hard to break. Easiest to make laugh on set was either Misha or Alexander Calvert. Yeah, they were pretty easy, but I was just above them as far as like, I would usually break, I'd laugh a lot. On Walker, it was Molly Hagan. She was almost impossible to break. But I think I love to laugh on set, and the days are long, which is why there's so many gag reels of Jensen or me or whomever kind of fooling around and making jokes on set, because the days are so long, and you're doing stunts and you're doing emotional scenes, and you're speaking Latin, you know, and so it's a lot of work, and so whenever you can, you laugh. I remember there was some scene with Julie McNiven. Yeah, I love her. I don't know, I was trying to make her laugh or something, she punched me. I think it's on the gag reel.
There's
a lot of punching, yeah. She's small, but she's mighty. But yeah, thank you for your question.
Thank you.
Of course.
Great. Interesting.
Hi guys.
Hi.
So my question was, if you could like replace any lead in any movie, which movie / role would you choose?
So in any movie, if we
Any
could replace the
movie, yeah.
we could replace the lead, or if we could, oh wow.
Oh, I love if you've read good. Fried green tomatoes.
Do y'all have fried green tomatoes over here in the movie?
Very southern.
Very southern. It's her favorite. It's a movie called Fried Green Tomatoes. I would love to play. Yeah, I would love to play. I forget the character's name, but Leonardo DiCaprio's role in The Departed.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's one of my favorite movies. And I love that role because he's kind of stuck between having to lie because he's technically law enforcement, but pretending that he's part of the mob. So I love that role, and I watch it because I'm a fan of his as an actor. And I think it'd be a lot of fun. Or Titanic, and I can just do this. Yeah, I'll do that.
Great, thank you guys.
Thank you so much.
The party. Hi, how are you?
Hi. My question was, what's your favorite Supernatural
Episode?
Out of 327 episodes.
Yeah. I'm gonna go through one by one. It's gonna take a while. Do you have one?
Well, my favorite is the finale. Because, I got to be a wife and a friend and a partner and all the things, and a viewer. And so I think for me, it was just so much wrapped into one episode that it's heartbreaking, and I loved it so much.
Yeah, that's hard to argue. The finale was certainly so special. And also, when we shot the finale, we had been shut down. So the finale was episode 20 of season 15. During episode 18 or 19, I forget which, I'll find out. But COVID happened. It was 2020. And so we already had the finale script in March of 2020. We didn't shoot it until August and September. And so we had all these months to think about it and to think about all that the show had meant and think about the friendships we had made, the marriages that had occurred, the children. You know, we had seen people, some of our directors had passed away, some we had never met and they had watched the show and then ended up directing season 10 or whatever. But if I really try and think about the episodes that stick out, I think for me, the episode that sticks out as something that I can't believe. Well, let me backtrack. So when I moved to Los Angeles, I graduated high school. I was going to go to, when I was a young lad. Sorry, I'll make this quick. But when I went to Los Angeles to see if I could become an actor as a career, I drove out just for the summer. I was going to go back to Austin, Texas, and go to college if I didn't get any jobs. And I took. You're probably too young for this, but. There you go. When I was 17, I drove out. I had a TV, DVD, VCR combination. Anybody remember those? Yeah. And like if the VCR broke, the whole thing broke. If the DVD player broke, everything broke. If the TV broke, everything broke. But I had a TV, DVD, VCR, and I brought some VCRs with me, like VHS tapes with me for the VCR. And there were a few VHS tapes I had that were all Scooby-Doo. So, 15 years later, when they told us we were doing a Scooby-Doo episode of Supernatural, Go Scooby-Natural, I couldn't believe it. Yeah, with some of the original writers of Scooby-Doo, that was one of those things. And we premiered it at Man's Chinese Theater in Los Angeles. The Mr. Machine Band was there, the Impala was there, there were people all over Hollywood Boulevard. And that was a pretty crazy experience. So, if there's something that I really can't even believe about Supernatural, it's probably Scooby-Natural. Wow. Yeah. Thank you for your question.
Yeah, I love that, bro. Yeah, I remember those big machines too. Hey.
What were your guys' favorite memories about being on the set of Supernatural?
There were some really cute girls on set.
That was
Just one.
girl, yeah.
Just kidding. I'll start. Laughing. As much as, and we talk about this all the time, and it sounds like, but there were some heavy scenes, you know? There was killing, there was dying, there were demons, there were angels, there were leviathans, there were vampires, there was rebar, but I feel like the times between cut and the next time they called action, it just felt like a family. So we all trusted each other, and it felt like we all knew that we were capable and able to do our jobs when it was time. And so, like, I'm a very work hard, play hard guy. Like, if it's time to work, I'm gonna go full speed, I'm gonna sprint. And then when it's not time to work, I need to wear my furry clogs and just like reset, you know? And so I think all the resets around people I loved and knew, and it was 15 years. You know, I don't know how the schooling system is here in Europe, but that's kindergarten, first grade, second grade, third grade, fourth grade, fifth grade, sixth grade, seventh grade, eighth grade, ninth grade, 10th grade, 11th grade, 12th grade, freshman year of college, sophomore year of college.
Generation.
It's pretend you went to school from kindergarten to the second year of college with the same people. Because that's what we do. We shoot 9 months out of the year. We shot from July to April, roughly. And you're with these people for at least 12 hours a day, sometimes 20 hours a day. You get to know them, their families, their friends, their spouses, their loved ones, their pets.
Their kids.
Yeah, exactly. And so, spending that much time with somebody, like if there's a childhood friend you went to kindergarten with that you saw every day for your every waking hour for 15 years, that's what it felt like with everybody on set. And so it was just a real family. That's for me.
Yeah, I would agree with that. I mean, there was a lot of laughter, and also some of my favorite memories are offset. You know, hanging out with the cast and the crew off camera because it is, like Jared's saying, it is a family and you get to know people so intimately, and it's so nice to have such a supportive group of friends and family built in. It was extraordinary.
Thank you so much.
Also, Jared, could I get a really quick high five?
Yeah. I'm here for a high five. How do you say high five? Where are you from? How do you say high five in Netherlands?
We probably say high five.
We're gonna do an I don't know.
Nothing holds us fast. It's probably high five. Because you say the same thing.
Well, she said I don't know. So I said, give me an I don't know.
I don't know.
Yeah. Give me an I don't know.
Great.
IDK.
Next question. Hey.
Can you tell us something about your new project, new show or whatever? Maybe both of you?
Okay. Well, yes, a new project, new show. We are both in the process of developing a movie for Netflix. Yeah, and a TV show. Yeah, thank you. And a TV show for, in the States, it's CBS. And these things take a while, but it's looking good. And, you know, I haven't really been, I've shot Fire Country and The Boys, but thank you. I'm like name dropping myself. Thanks, brother. But I feel like we're hoping those can shoot sometime before the end of the year or really early on in 2026. So we're reading books and trying to, you know, stay in tune with what's going on in the world. And if there's a cool story, then hopefully we can be a part of it.
Okay, great. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you, of course.
And let's give Jared and Jen a round of applause. New Netflix movie in the making. Man, The Boys season 5, right? We never got to talk about it, bro. Fire.
Hi.
I'm a really big fan of you, Jen. I'm even dressed up as one.
I see that. I love your costume.
My question is, what was your motive to become actors?
What was our moment?
Motive.
Motive. Oh gosh. Well, I know for me, I have a memory. My grandmother, she introduced me to acting, and she would take me to the theater as a kid when I was living in California. It's where I was born. And we would go into the city and we would see theater and plays in San Francisco. And so she really sparked that joy and the love. But it took a while for me to get there, and you know, I remember the first acting class I took in the city. There's a camera on me, and they ask you to slate, which means to state your name. I couldn't remember my name, so I looked at the camera like, oh. But I just knew I loved storytelling, and I wanted so badly to be a part of a community of storytellers. And so I just kept going to theater and being inspired by even, you know, recently we took our son to New York and we saw The Outsiders. And I was like back in college again going, oh my God, this is the most amazing gift I've ever seen, you know? So being around other storytellers and creatives was really it for me and my grandmother.
Yeah, same. I think I loved watching TV and movies when I was a younger child. And I grew up in San Antonio, Texas. Yeah, go ahead. It's okay, please. And so I think for me, I loved watching like James Bond movies or Star Wars or Star Trek, and it felt like a way I could travel without having to actually travel. I didn't grow up, my parents didn't have a lot of money, and so we couldn't really travel and go see places. So it felt like, ooh, this is cool, this movie is in London, or in Spain, or in Amsterdam, or in Russia, or Germany, or wherever. And so I was able to kind of feel like if I pretended I was one of these characters in one of these movies, it almost felt like I could travel, right? Are you an actress as well? Yeah.
I think you'd make an amazing Ruby.
Yeah, you'd be awesome. Soon.
Thanks.
Thank you.
Next question, we got about 12 minutes left.
Hello.
Hi.
Love your shirt. Very orange, yeah.
Thank you. Yeah, thank you.
So I know you both recently did an audiobook for Catherine Center,
Yeah.
right? Yeah. Okay. So I was wondering if you had any like book recommendations for me.
Well, her book, The Love Haters, I think is phenomenal. It's a great beach read. It's one of those that's easy, which is not a pejorative. It means that it's just like a book that you want to inhale and really fun. I will say Ocean Vuong. Ocean's Ocean is the author, and he's also a poet. And his newest book, The Emperor of Gladness, is so beautiful. Oh my gosh, what a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful book. It's all over the U.S. right now, especially since I think it's on Oprah's favorite. Pony.
Pony by R.J. Palacio.
Oh, also
Amazing.
Yeah.
Especially for, I've been a longtime fan of the science fiction genre, which is kind of broad, but I remember as a kid I loved Neverending Story. Anybody seen Neverending Story?
Traumatic, but maybe.
Well, Pony's along those lines where it's this story that transports you to this magical place, but also it's so multi-layered. It's so
like a coming of age, but I read Pony. We were 40 in our 40s, and I still felt like it was a coming of age for me as a 40-year-old husband and father as well. So I couldn't recommend it highly enough. Do you have any for us to read?
Wow. A Little Life?
A Little Life. Wow, that's a big one.
Yeah, be careful with that one.
Oh yeah. Good time.
Yeah. Okay, thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thanks. Hey, how you doing?
How are you?
Hi, good. How are you?
Wonderful.
Thank you so much for being here. I really love your outfit.
Oh, thank you. How do you say thank you?
Dankjewel.
It's a hit, bro.
Cozy. That's my new look.
I want to ask you both, what's your favorite weird food take? Like a weird way to make dessert or a weird way to make your cereal or something?
Oh, what's a weird way to make food or a weird food?
This is so gross, but I actually really like soggy cereal.
Me too, actually.
Yeah, I like it, and then to drink the milk.
You also do love your ketchup and fries.
I love ketchup on anything.
Yeah. Yesterday,
It's a very American.
last night I was pretty tired, and I was like, I gotta go to bed. And she's like, I'm gonna go to House of Fries and get some fries. So that was our first date. I took her out for fries, literally. What do I like that's weird?
I used to eat roast beef and ketchup.
Roast beef and ketchup? Oh. Yeah. What you know better than I do.
But do you eat that's weird?
Yeah.
I mean, everything. So, Jared, I'm going to totally sell him out. I'm really sorry, babe. So, I'm a bit of a clean freak at the house. And it drives me up the wall because Jared loves to get potato chips and he grabs them right out of the bag. It's in the pantry. He doesn't grab the bag, put them in a bowl. He grabs a handful of chips, the bag's wide open, puts the chips on the counter, and sticks his finger and licks them off.
It's good. It's tasty.
You're welcome.
Yeah, I eat a lot. I do also. I don't know if it's big. I don't know if it's big here or it's just big in Texas. But I like spicy, so I like salsa
Hot
or
sauce.
hot sauce on everything. We'll do a salad and I'll put like Tabasco sauce on it or something. So I do like spicy foods. Do you have one?
I think I sometimes make my eggs with sriracha ketchup.
Yes. Same. Yeah, I love it. Yeah.
Hot take to put your milk before the cereal.
Really? You pour the milk before the cereal? All right, I like that.
Interesting. So we got 3 minutes left. Thanks.
Amazing. Thank you so much for your questions.
Let's try to get at least short questions in there.
Hi.
Hi.
I wanted to ask what your favorite arc or version of Sam is and why.
Mine was Soulless Sam. I really liked playing Soulless Sam. I feel like it was such a departure from normal Sam because Sam was so, we say like empathetic or emotionally available. That Soulless Sam was so strange. He didn't have any feelings, right? And so it was really fun to play. And I loved the scenes with Jensen as Dean when I was Soulless Sam. And it's really funny because I got to do it for several episodes. I think it was like 8 or 9 episodes of season 6. Oh yeah. And then when I finally get my soul back, I remember like the next week, Jensen and I were shooting a scene with Sam and Dean. And he's like, dude, I'm so fucking glad you have your soul back. I was like, really? Yeah. He's like, I felt like I lost my buddy for like the last 3 months because I was just a different kind of character. So I really loved that. He was very much like a mathematician.
Great.
Cool.
Thank you so much.
Thank
Great.
you.
Final question for Jared and
Final
Genevieve.
Hi.
Hi.
Hi, Jared. I saw you guys on Discord. dark, so I was really wondering if Jared was gonna wear a soccer shirt or a sports shirt again. So I'm really excited to see it. I'm looking for a good pair of cowboy boots, and seeing as Jared are from Texas and Genevieve, you live in Texas, do you guys have any tips for me?
Tacovas?
Tacovas are great. Chizos are great.
Oh yeah,
HISO. You look athletic, so I think the three of us are all kind of like athletic, move around a lot, and so my big tip would be don't go for the smooth sole because they can get very slippery. Go for a sole that has some tread or like some rubber on it, and maybe go for a wider toe. Because if you wear I have some pointy like dress cowboy boots, and they're great. They look cool. And as a guy, I'm not used to wearing uncomfortable shoes. You know, like Jim will wear heels or something, and we'll get home. She'll be like, I can't feel my feet. I'm like, what? She's like, I can't feel my feet. I'm like, well, why didn't you tell me? I'm used to wearing furry clogs and tennis shoes. So I would go with a wider toe and some tread on the bottom of the boot.
Great.
Yeah.
Thanks, man.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. We gotta wrap this up the right way. Everybody, crowd together. We're gonna take a selfie with Genevieve and Jared and get you all in the shot. Is everybody in there? Everybody make some noise. Thanks so much. Hey, give these people a round of super warm Dutch applause. My man Jared. Genevieve, Rui and Sam from Supernatural. They did so many things. We wish them the best with the Netflix film. And check him out in The Boys, and of course, we love you guys. See you in a bit, bro.
Hey, thank y'all so much. I appreciate you guys. I love you. I'll see you guys soon. We'll be right somewhere. I don't know.
Lots more for Jared Padalecki and Genevieve Padalecki.